Moving on. There is some discussion around moving NXT to Tuesdays because the networks have been very pleased with the ratings of an uncontested wrestling night for NXT. Because, of course, without direct competition with AEW, they've been pulling way greater numbers. But WWE...
Great numbers, but also no longer outside of the top 10 in the demos. Like, the numbers have been like 800,000, which have been great for NXT, but they've actually been in the top 10 in the money demos when they're not going against Dynamite.
Yeah, that's right. And the story has been that the network has been way more in favor of opposing AEW before they got their a deal extension at the beginning of the year. They were thinking about pushing out the other company so that the network can be the number one wrestling network. But now that that's off the table, the network itself is speculated to be in favor of moving NXT, but WWE seem to want to position NXT against AEW still.
Yeah, they want to stifle the growth of AEW. It's Vince. He will take the loss in the short term to try and stifle someone else in the long term. He is bitterly ruthless like that. Justin has said, "Can you imagine the ego and promos of the demo god Y2J if he makes this happen?" He's already been on I think Busted Open Radio saying just get out. We own Wednesdays for your own good. Get out.
Yeah, he's already commented on this, saying that he won the demo war for AEW. He drove NXT away.
Yeah, he's already done it, and it's.
Well, he didn't cut a promo on it, to be fair.
He didn't cut a promo, but it was a live show. But like, Brian Alvarez made a fantastic point on Wrestling Observer Radio this week, where they have negotiations for the contract of USA coming up or is it Fox in like 2022, and it's going to be hard to sell your show when your show doesn't break in the top 50 of a money demo. And if they're smart, they move the night to Tuesday, where they are taking up about an average 200 to 300 extra heads on average for the show ratings. But more importantly, in the money demo, it makes more sense for them to do this because then it keeps them in a good position to renegotiate in 2 years, where the stockholders in the last two calls, like the have actually started asking about this stuff now. Like, the stockholders are starting to ask really smart questions, which they never did before because they never had to. But in the last two quarterly calls, these questions have been coming about, and Brian Alvarez made a brilliant point. They need to now start thinking about, is stifling AEW, because it's not working. Like, AEW is still growing. They're doing financially incredibly well, even in the pandemic. But does it really help to cut off your nose to spite your face? Because that is literally what they're doing with this.
I feel like this is a very Vince McMahon move. Like, he doesn't watch NXT. He probably doesn't even care that much about NXT because NXT hasn't been a money-making property, even, right?
Not until they went on TV.
Right. I mean, for the most part, it was kind of a money thing, right? So, and like I said, Vince doesn't watch it. I think he still sees NXT as a sacrificial lamb to oppose AEW. Every viewer they take away from them is still a win in his book, and I don't think that's a smart business move.
No, it's really not. And like, again, another point I'm talking about a lot what Brian Alvarez said, but he made a lot of good points. Like, if Vince passes away tomorrow, today, next week, who steps up to take his place? Triple H, right?
Does he?
But this is the thing. This is the point I'm going to make. Does it really make it easy for him to do that if the stockholders go, well, why would we put you at the head of this company? The show you ran is losing money even when on live television. He's actually screwing over the product and screwing over his bloody successor. He's hitting two birds with one stone in the worst way possible.
Yeah, that's a good point, John.
It's not my point, it was Brian Alvarez's point. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah, I know, but it's good that you researched it and that you brought it up. You did a good job. You get good marks.
Fantastic, and you all that cheating would get me ahead.